Hello my Wolfpack and welcome to the penultimate week of the TBL main season. Now, it should be pretty obvious by now, and I think I probably said in the last video, I have not made it into playoffs. I'm guaranteed not in playoffs. Typically, I was put in a really difficult division, honestly. It was really tough. From the get-go, I kind of had a really difficult time. And then we had a load of wins, and then we've had 2 losses against 2 people that seem to always beat me. So, you know, spoilers. But if you're watching this, I assume you've watched the other videos as well. If you haven't, go check them out. But yeah, it has been a really intense season. Now, for me, the next 2 games do not matter at all. I would love to finish out the season 5-5, 5 wins, 5 losses, but I don't know if that's going to happen because honestly, teams are scary. Teams are friggin' scary, and I'm going to be facing someone that is very good next week as well. So winning 5-5, it would be lovely if I could, but at the same time, I'm not expecting it at all. Right, today we have got our penultimate week. This is a crossover week versus the Minnesota Lycanrocs, coached by the Flame Horizon, who is fantastic. I've been watching his Twitch streams, which has been awesome. I don't really know too much about his battle style because he is quite a latecomer to the league, so I haven't really been able to figure that out and I haven't had time to really watch the matches. But we're going to see what we can do in this match. Why is my t-shirt like so wide-necked? That's really weird. So, he has got Zygarde 50%, which is quite scary. Glastria, which is, again, pretty scary. I mean, I have Mons to deal with it, but it is just a scary Mon because it has so much bulk. It is slow as all hell, but it has so much bulk. If he gets like a Tailwind up and that Glastria comes in, I could be in trouble. Could be in a lot of trouble, actually. Zoroark, which, if it's Scarfed, is really scary. If it's Nasty Plot, is really scary. Decidueye, which can come in and do some shenanigans, like Choice Band Poltergeist, I think could quite easily come through and hit anyone on my team really hard. We have got Talonflame there, which Talonflame is not too much to worry about, but it's fast, which means it can definitely get some damage off on me. And I have got a couple of Pokemon that are hit hard by it. I've got 3 of my team that hit hard by it. Manectric, which again can be very scary. It's really fast. It's 105 speed, and obviously has access to things like electric and fire, which kind of deals with a lot of my team again. We've got Metagross. Now Metagross, I'm not going to sleep on because it definitely can do stuff, but it's one of the monsters that I'm least concerned about in this matchup. Galarian Weezing. Galarian Weezing can also be really scary, and it can kind of hit the Alcremie really hard. It could hit the Spiritomb really hard if I was to bring those. We've got Milotic, which Milotic is just a pain in the backside. Like, if you ever had to battle Milotic, you will know that it is a pain. And now, it could be just a typical leftover set. It could be a Flame Body Recover set, which is going to be really annoying. But hopefully, I should be able to deal with that. Unfortunately, I don't know. I need to check if Marvel Scale is affected. I assume it's not affected by Excadrill. Well, Excadrill avoids the ability, so Excadrill's going to be able to go through that. And then Alolan Vulpix, which I don't think is going to come because honestly, all of my team is faster than it. And unless it's like a Choice Scarf, like one and done, I can basically take it out of anything. But he might want to do it for some kind of shenanigans, but I have got coverage. I mean, like Leafeon just flat out takes it out. Excadrill destroys it. Rotom Wash probably destroys it. Yeah, so unless it's like a Choice Scarf version, I'm not too concerned. And if he gets it set up, I kind of have to go on the stall front, I think, for a few turns, just to let that kind of go down, because he has got quite a naturally bulky team. I mean, Zygarde has quite a lot of nice natural bulk, Glastria has some bulk, Zoroark has no bulk, Zoroark has no bulk whatsoever, Decidueye has a little bit of bulk, Talonflame no bulk, Manectric doesn't really have much bulk. It might be on the special defensive side, but it doesn't on the defensive side. Metagross has a bit of natural bulk to it. Weezing, I think, yeah, Weezing definitely has some natural bulk. And so does Milotic there. So the majority of his team does have quite a bit of natural bulkiness to it, meaning that it's going to be difficult to get through those. But I have got several tactics this week that I'm going to try and employ at some point in it. So, first of all, we have got Mienshao, and I've put Assault Vest on here. This just allows things like the Zoroark, like the Manectric, maybe Metagross if he goes a special Metagross, or Milotic. I can kind of deal with them a little bit better. than I could otherwise. I've gone for Rock Slide to hit the Talonflame. Honestly, it completely destroys Talonflame, even if it's like fully defensive, like you know, I get the lowest of low roll, I think I still 100% take it out. And it also hits things like the Glastrier if I need a really safe move to hit. It can hit the Galarian Weezing for neutral damage, it can hit the Milotic, the Vulpix for super effective damage as well if that wants to be a pain in my rear. We've got Drain Punch on here, which hits things like the Glastrier, the Zoroark. We've got the Zygarde, which would probably take the Drain Punches, probably take 2 or 3, but I think we have enough kind of somewhat natural bulk, and with the Drain Punch shenanigans should be able to live a couple of hits on that, at least be able to get a lot of damage off on the Zygarde there. Decidueye, we've got Knockoff for, we've got Knockoff again from the Metagross to hit that really hard. Milotic, as I said, is just going to be a backside pain. Yeah, backside pain, that's what it's going to be. Yeah, we've got, yeah, U-Turn as well. U-Turn is going to be helpful just to get out of there in case I need to for any reason. There might be several reasons I need to get out of there, but I think Mienshao is possibly going to be my lead. Typically it hits most of his team. The only lead I don't want to see at that point is Talonflame, and then I just switch straight into Mienshao. Not Mienshao, into Rotom Wash at that point. Speaking of Rotom, well, no, not speaking of Rotom Wash, EV-wise, I had to go max HP, max speed, Jolly Nature, fast as possible, just in case he is like a, not Choice Scarf, but like maximum possible speed Zoroark, so it would be a speed tie. So that is what I've kind of gone for there. I had to go for that, and also for the Manectric as well. Not that I'm expecting him to have max speed investment in either of those. He probably goes for a bit of bulk investment. In fact, actually no, he probably does stay for the potential speed tie. I think there is going to be a lot of possible speed ties here, because I've got the Mienshao and I've got the Rapidash, and they are both base 105 speed, and he has got the Manectric and the Zoroark base 105 on both of those as well. So it could definitely be a pain. I could definitely be seeing some speed tie losses here. I think it definitely could matter when who wins the match. It's definitely going to be a possibility. Moving on to Rotom Wash. Rotom Wash kind of does a little bit of work here. I've kind of gone for a slightly bulky, fast enough to outspeed, specifically, can't remember who was outspeeding. Outspeeding the Decidueye. Outspeed the Decidueye. I did make a last minute change to that though, so I probably should have modified that. I think I've gone Thunderbolt over Volt Switch now. So yeah, that's something. So I'm now Thunderbolt over Volt Switch. For Thunderbolt, just because of things like the Milotic, I don't really have a safe switch in on the Volt Switch for Milotic, outside of like Mienshao. Possibly Azel, but I don't really want Azel to get damaged, so I thought Thunderbolt just works slightly better. I might have to regen that one actually now I think about it, just to have possibly maximum special attack, or maybe some defense investment there instead, because I don't need to outspeed the Decidueye, because I'm not going for Volt Switch, so that's not happening. But yeah, Thunderbolt is on there just to get some damage output, and also it just hits a lot of things neutrally as well. We've got Hydro Pump, which hits the Zygarde for neutral damage if I get put in that situation. Zygarde is 100% going to go for the 1000 Waves, 1000 Arrows, whichever one it is that grounds Levitate Pokemon. I've got 2 Levitate Pokemon here. Have I got any Flying type Pokemon here? I've got Dragonite on my team as well. So 100% that is coming. That has to come. If he doesn't bring that move, then I don't know what he's thinking. But honestly, Zygarde is definitely going to be a huge hitter with my team and that move. And obviously it's super effective against Rotom. Will-O-Wisp just to burn things. Obviously Zygarde, burning that could be helpful. Glastrier, definitely burning that could be helpful. Decidueye, getting a burn on that possibly could be helpful. Not that I ever stand against Decidueye, but if it switches in on it, then definitely having a burn there. Talonflame can't be burned. Manectric doesn't really matter. Metagross could be helpful to have a burn on it. Weezing, I think Weezing's typically special. We've got Milotic. Obviously, I don't really want to burn it, but if I end up burning it, it's not the end of the world there. And a Milotic would never switch in to a Rotom Wash. I don't think. I think that would be a really weird play. But yeah, Volt Switch, Pain Split, because keeping myself healthy could be really important here, especially because I am quite bulky as well. I should be able to live some hits and hopefully dwindle down some Pokemon, and then possibly use an attack to really hit it quite hard. And as I said, Hydro Pump, Thunderbolt are just a good combination to hit the majority of things. Talonflame obviously does not like seeing Rotom Wash at all, and that should be that. EV-wise, I'm going to modify it. I'll probably modify it before the match. I will modify it before the match. I'm going to do probably max HP. Probably go for some defense investment. I think defense investment makes more sense than special defense investment in this case. Because obviously the Manectric, it hits me with electric type attacks neutrally. I might go for a little bit of special defense investment as well. But I'm going to keep a lot of special attack investment there as well. That's kind of what I think I'm going to do this week. Yeah, that sounds right. Next up, we have got Rapidash. Now, Rapidash again, because it's that base 105, going for that speed, so I had to go for max attack, max speed. I had to go timid here, I had to, I couldn't not do it. And now I've got the Expert Belt, and the Expert Belt, it works really well here because Rapidash hits all of his team really hard with 3 different moves, well, most of his team. So we've got Play Rough. If I got to play +2, if I hope to get that, +2 of Play Rough, and then I get a Flame Charge up somehow, I could then take out the Zygarde in 1 hit. The Glastrier goes down to 1 hit on Flare Blitz. Zoroark goes down to 1 hit on Play Rough. The Decidueye goes down to 1 hit on Flare Blitz. Talonflame goes down to 1 hit on Wild Charge at +2. Manectric, I think would probably be Flare Blitz. I haven't actually calculated that, but it would do a lot of damage. Metagross just goes down. Weezing, again the Flare Blitz would hit super hard. The Milotic, unfortunately Milotic doesn't go down. Milotic only takes about 50% health, or 50, I think it's 50-60% from the Wild Charge, which is absolutely ridiculous. That's not even if it's fully specially defensive. So Wild Charge on the Milotic, fully defensive, sorry. Wild Charge on the Milotic is definitely going to be something that I am kind of worried about. I need to double check if it was under a burn scenario. It might not have been, but we'll kind of see what happens there. And Vulpix just goes down to a natural Flare Blitz anyways. But yeah, my hope here would be to get into Rapidash at +2, go for a Flame Charge. I do need to calc and see where I can go for Flame Charge and where I have to go for Flare Blitz for the damage output. So for example, like with Metagross, I might be able to just go for a +2 Flame Charge, +2 attack obviously, and take it out, and that would save me dwindling down my health, because I need to be really careful with my health management because of Flare Blitz and Wild Charge being real pains for me. And if anything is Choice Scarf that is base 105 speed or more, I then don't outspeed after the Flame Charge. So I do need to be very, very careful with Rapidash. I think this potentially is my win con, regardless of what he brings. If he doesn't bring Zygarde for whatever reason, he does bring Zygarde 100%. But if he doesn't bring Zygarde, if he doesn't bring Talonflame, Rapidash just hits incredibly hard. I can get the attack boost onto Rapidash. Yeah, that's kind of it. Rapidash is going to be really, really good here. The Expert Belt, obviously, as I said, it hits the majority of the Pokemon here. I think there's only two Pokemon that aren't hit with super effective damage here, which is absolutely incredible. Glastrier, I also think I need a little bit of chip damage to be able to securely go for a Flare Blitz. Yeah, you know, we'll do. We'll see what happens. Moving on to the Excadrill. Excadrill here could also put in a lot of work. It hits things hard. It hits the Zygarde relatively hard. It hits the Glastrier super hard. And again, if I can get this +2 into it and then get a rapid spin off, that's going to be really, really good for me, because I'm going to outspeed all of his team unless anything's scarfed. Anything 88 plus is scarfed. But I hit really hard and I then have 3 strong moves to use. So Zygarde, Earthquake, Glastrier, go for Iron Head. Zoroark, it doesn't really matter, it goes down to anything. Decidueye, I believe I'll go for an Iron Head and just hit it really hard. Talonflame, I have to go for the Rock Slide, and the Rock Slide definitely takes it out. And that's part of the reason why I've got the Occa Berry there, because actually, no, I'll explain that with Leafeon. It makes more sense to explain it there. Manectric at +1, obviously an Earthquake is just going to destroy it unless it's like sashed. Metagross again, Earthquake destroys. I've got the Mold Breaker for the Galarian Weezing in case it's Levitate, so obviously that just destroys it. We've got Milotic, which takes 2 hits, so I do need to be really careful with Milotic. And Alolan Vulpix, Iron Head says bye-bye. Yeah, but honestly, Drill could do a lot of damage here if I can get it to if I can get it to the +2 with a +1 on Rapid Spin. That definitely works. The Occa Berry is there for the Flame or Flare Blitz from Talonflame. If Talonflame is Tailwind or Flame Charge, I don't know what I do. Like if it clicks on Tailwind, if it clicks on Flame Charge, I honestly do not know what I go for in that scenario. But yeah, I'll explain the Leafeon set and then you'll kind of understand why I'm really worried about the Talonflame, specifically on the Extra rather than like the Melodic. We've got, obviously, Leafeon here, which is kind of actually putting in work. Now, I had real trouble with Leafeon. I really wanted to put Knockoff on here or Synthesis. I needed 5 and I had 4. And it was really, really difficult. Basically, Swords Dance, after a Swords Dance, with Leaf Blade and Knockoff, this Leafeon just does so much to this team. Even before a Swords Dance, the majority of this team does not like to see Leafeon. But on here, I've got Leftovers. Leftovers just allows me to get a little bit of recovery because I haven't got another, not another form of recovery, but I haven't got necessarily the need for recovery per se because of things like Synthesis. But yeah, kind of with the Melodic, basically Melodic does 50-ish% damage, a little bit more. With its Ice Beam, and if obviously that's doing 50%, and then I get the Leftovers recovery, I can still definitely live 1 more. So that's kind of my point on having the Leftovers there. We've got Leaf Blade, which is my strong stab grass type move. Honestly, that hits a couple of different things for like neutral damage. Obviously, he doesn't have any. He does have the Melodic, sorry, which I think if he's got the burn up, I only do like 30% damage or something. It's stupid how little damage I actually do with the Leaf Blade there, but that's definitely something that I can really use if I need to in a scenario. I've got Swords Dance to double my attack and then Baton Pass out. And from my calculations, barring the Zoroark, and even including the Zoroark, I don't think anything can take me out in 1 hit. With the investments that I've got, nothing can take me out in 1 hit. So I can get that Swords Dance off whilst they go for a switch, and then I can go for the Baton Pass. Now ideally I want to set up, or try and come in on like the Metagross, or the Manectric, or even the Decidueye. I think I could definitely come in on. Obviously I'm really bulky on my defensive front, so we'd probably switch out there. Don't want to do it with the Zoroark because it's got Sludge Bomb, Sludge Wave, I think it's Sludge Bomb, and Flamethrower. Glastrier, obviously, that would just straight go for a move. Although it is slower than me, so it is a possibility that I'll go for that. Zygarde, again, it's one that I could quite happily come in with Leafeon. He'd probably start to question it at that point. That's something that I could come in and set up Leafeon with, and then Baton Pass it even into Excadrill, Rapidash, or Mienshao. And the Excadrill, if I Baton Pass that +2 in, because realistically, the switch into Leafeon is Talonflame. So on a realistic level, the switch into Leafeon will be his Talonflame, because I can't really do much Talonflame other than knock it off. And then, obviously, I'll get Flare Blitzed or Brave Birded, whichever one, and it can't take me out unless it's like set up banded, which I doubt it will ever get in that scenario, which now that I've said it, it probably will happen. But yeah, if it's banded or critted, then I might go down. Well, no, not banded. If it's crit, I could definitely go down. But if it's banded, I do live. At least from my calc, I do live. Yeah, Swords Dance, Baton Pass, get into another Pokemon, and that allows for me to then potentially do some different things. The Ockerberry on the Excadrill means that the Flare Blitz will do like 50%, maybe a little bit more damage on that. Once I'm set up the Rapid Spin, I'll then be faster and be able to click whatever move that I see fit. So that's kind of my thought process of Leafeon there. I know I've brought this before, but it worked, and we're going to do it again, because hopefully I've got more scenarios, more options this time, so that hopefully it will work for me. Last one, we've got Azelf. Now, Azelf is just a really good kind of damager, I suppose, in this scenario. We've got a Choice Scarf in here. The only reason, it really annoys me that this is the only reason I'm running Choice Scarf, is because of Zoroark. Zoroark, if it is Scarfed, can just completely destroy my Azelf. But if it is, as I'm Scarfed, I will definitely outspeed it, 100%. And there is no way of outspeeding unless he's set up a Tailwind. Got that Choice Scarf. I have the ability to use Dazzling Gleam. Dazzling Gleam, I think is a roll to take. I think it's like 97 to 114% or something to take out the Zoroark there. But hopefully, I should be able to do that. We've got Thunderbolt, which hits. What does it hit? It hits the Talonflame, super effective damage. Hits the Melodic, super effective damage. I think it's a 2-hit kill on the Melodic. We've got Flamethrower, which hits the Galastria for super effective damage. It also hits the Metagross for super effective damage. It hits the Decidueye for super effective damage if that wants to try and switch in to the edgy, maybe. And then we've got Psychic, which hits the Galarian Weezing for super effective damage as well, because that is possibly a concern for my team. And also Zygarde, we have the Dazzling Gleam for as well. So the only issue with this is that I get stuck into a move. That's a real problem for Azelf, if I'm honest. It's the biggest problem I've got is being stuck into a move with Choice Scarf on here and no ability to quickly switch out as well. I have to potentially sack off a Mon, so I kind of need to I need to identify my win con very early in the match and stick with that win con. And hope that it goes all correct, because if I don't, I could lose Azelf, I could lose Rotom Wash. Ideally, for the Leafeon strat to work, I have to sack something off beforehand, and it has to be able to, be an opportunity for the Leafeon to come in. I think Azelf is probably the best scenario for that. Maybe if it does go for Zoroark, but I mean, at the same time, Azelf can be a late game sweeper in itself. So there is a lot that this can actually do. If the Zoroark goes down, I can, well, actually the Metagross could be a problem, but Psychic in late game potentially could be a really good move just to click and just get a lot of damage on things, but I guess we'll see. We'll see what happens. EV wise, I'm EV to outspeed the Zoroark, and I've just gone for max special defense, not max special defense, extra special defense, just to live on a more special defensive side, because I haven't really got anything specifically to live on that. But yeah, that's going to be all for today, so I hope you have enjoyed this. If you have, please do like, subscribe, and comment. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. Anyways, I'm out of here, so have a good one, and I'll see you soon.